Amazon has agreed to pay an historic
$2.5 billion.
$2.5 billion
for tricking people into signing up for Prime accounts and then making it hard to cancel.
You've been hearing about this.
Yeah, this is a big deal, although, of course, Amazon is a huge company. But just to kind of unpack exactly what's going on here, the FTC saying that it has a settlement with Amazon regarding the way that they were having consumers sign up for their Amazon Prime service.
The settlements, the lawsuits, the government going after companies for making it impossible to leave. But here's what none of those news segments actually explained. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't a bad UX team. It wasn't a bug they forgot to fix. It was a revenue stream, documented, optimized, and deployed at scale. And the receipts are now
$2.5 billion to settle a lawsuit over what the FTC says were deceptive methods to sign people up for Prime subscriptions and make it difficult for them to cancel.
Every subscription platform sells you the same 2 words before you sign up. Cancel anytime. You've seen them hundreds of times. They're in the ad. They're on the landing page. They're in the confirmation email. Cancel anytime. Those 2 words are technically true. The experience of doing it is a completely different conversation, one they have internally with their product team, not with you. Here's the legal name for the system underneath those words. The FTC calls it negative option marketing. Their definition: any arrangement where your silence, your inaction, or your failure to successfully navigate the cancellation process is treated as your ongoing consent to be charged. You didn't agree to keep paying, you just failed to stop it. In their framework, that's the same thing. Now, you might be thinking, this is a known problem. Regulators have been on it. They were working on a fix. You're right. Let's talk about what happened to that fix. In October 2024, the FTC finalized what they called the click-to-cancel rule. The requirement was as simple as it sounds: 16,000 public comments, the most in FTC rulemaking history for this category of consumer protection. And then,
we're going to turn now to a setback for consumers as the FTC's click-to-cancel rule was struck down by an appeals court just days before it was supposed to begin. Sam is here with the story. Sam, good morning to you. What's going on here?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, and doing a deep dive on this, it really does feel like it's not great news for us, right?
because of a procedural technicality in how the rule was drafted. The companies want a delay. That's all they want. But a delay was enough. So while regulators were fighting over paperwork, the maze stayed live. Let's do a teardown of exactly what that maze looks like. Because what appears to be a confusing user interface is actually a precision instrument. It has layers. Each one has a name. Each one was built on purpose. Layer 1 is burial. The cancel button is not where you'd look for it. Not on the main account page. Not in settings. It's 3 submenus deep behind options labeled Manage and Preferences. Words chosen because they sound administrative, not consequential. Research from the Nielsen-Norman Group confirms this is by design. Every extra step required to complete a task, what they call interaction cost, measurably reduces the chance you'll finish it. They know. They tested it. They shipped it. Layer 2 is the gauntlet. Once you find the cancel button, you don't get to use it yet. First comes the save flow. That is the actual industry term, a save flow. It's the design sequence between your intention to leave and your permission to leave. Discount offers, pause options, emotional surveys. Each screen is A/B tested. Each has a conversion rate. When someone gives up mid-flow and clicks, "Keep my membership," that is a successful save. It gets reported upward as a win. Behavioral economists call what these screens are doing sludge. Friction plus bad intent. Deliberately imposed barriers that work against your own stated goal. The term exists because the behavior is that thoroughly documented. Layer 3 is the phone wall. And this one is not lazy design. This one ended up in federal court. Adobe, the company that makes Photoshop, currently worth tens of billions, had a cancellation flow that ended with a phone number. What happened on those calls is now in a settlement document. Friction is not a design flaw. It is a design choice. Every extra click between you and the exit is a conversion optimization. It was tested on real users, iterated through sprints, shipped with KP as attached, and measured in saved subscriptions per 1,000 attempts. The interface that looks like confusion was specified that way, in a document, by a team, with approval from someone whose bonus was tied to retention rate. The FTC tried to make leaving as easy as arriving. A federal court blocked it on a technicality. The companies kept their mazes.
$2.5 billion.
Changed hands, flowing back toward the people who tried to cancel and hit a wall built to stop them. Your inability to cancel was never your failure. It was their feature. And now there's a receipt.